Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Z Water Channel. It's Chris here with our founding practitioner, Andrew Scheim. Recently we've done some videos with our breathing exercises, and then we have a blog called Breathe Like a Yogi for Dummies. We wanted to kind of describe the breathing tool that we use that can help you at home breathe better and breathe like a yogi for dummies. Andrew, why don't you show them the device and talk a little bit about it real quick?
Thanks, Chris. Yes, today we just wanted to show you this mask that we've been talking about in a lot of our videos and blogs. This is part of our Maximize Your Blue Z Water Therapy series. It's one key process in doing that practice. It's also, our consciousness videos as a preparation to go into meditation. And we just did a video showing how amazing this device is. After about 15 minutes, how deep into meditation you go. We monitored the practice with a used meditation headband. So please take a look at that blog. Anyhow, this is called the Elevation Training Mask. And if you read our blog, Read Like a Yogi for Dummies, it explains the practice and why you should do the practice. This is the easy way to achieve meditative breathing, relaxed breathing. And here it is. It has these valves that basically you change these valves out and you restrict the inflow of air. And it mimics people who go up into higher elevations to train for athletic events. Runners who go high in the mountains to basically restrict their intake so they can get more efficient at sports performance. However, we're focusing on the health aspect, both in terms of the physiology being able to essentially relax, number one, which is huge, the constriction process we talk about a lot, and also the ability to basically, through that process, receive way more oxygen to the cells. A lot of reason people are not getting enough oxygen to the cells has nothing to do with the amount of oxygen coming in their body. It literally has to do with the fact that their body restricts the flow of oxygen, and that's central to this practice, to deconstrict the body. So please look at the blog, read about the Russian study of the yogis, and this is the easy way to achieve this breathing practice. Now, Buteyko, who studied the yogis, taught a system, a method to slow down your breathing and go into a more relaxed state, but essentially it's a very challenging practice to do. And then another Russian, Frolov, developed a device called the Frolov device, which kind of forced you into that relaxed breathing state. And this is very similar to the Frolov device. It's just easier to use. And there's two key principles we'll just want to go over real quick. One is you restrict the intake. It's restrictive breathing, but what's key here is the dead chamber space in the mask. When you breathe back in, each cycle of breath back in, you're actually breathing back in some of your CO2, and it's the CO2 that helps you to unwind. That's what the Russians discovered. People get rid of too much CO2, and CO2 is the gas that causes you to relax, for your blood vessels to deconstrict, the nerves to relax. So basically, when you start bringing back in more CO2, you start to relax, and now you can take in less and less air more efficiently. So as you continue to restrict, changing the valves and restrict the air intake, you're essentially able to go to find, as I am in the last setting, I'm breathing through one little wee valve here, little hole. Essentially, I have learned to relax so efficiently that I can take in a very tiny bit of oxygen. So that's the idea of the practice. Essentially, it literally forces you to relax. If you can't handle one setting, you just go back to the previous easier setting, and you just keep going back, keep incrementing up slowly. And after about 3 months, you should basically get up to the last setting where you're really breathing in way, way less oxygen, but you've learned to literally relax your entire system. And now it is very efficient at taking in much less oxygen and distributing through the body. So once the mask comes off, your body is now essentially able to deliver way more oxygen to the entire cellular body. And that's the goal, to get more oxygen to the system by training yourself to go into yogic breathing, which essentially is not getting rid of that CO2, retaining that CO2, and staying relaxed. Now, once again, I want to say something. Most people think CO2 is a bad gas. It is not. It is a miraculous gas. It is the balance. It's always about balance. I mean, if it's the balance between CO2 and O2, and most people don't realize that they really have insufficient CO2 in their body, and they're stressing out as a result. So please check out our blog. Here's the mask, and you can purchase it. At the bottom of our blog, we have a purchase button. It's very inexpensive. It's $80, and this is a practice, one of the most core practices you can do in your life. So for $80, you have yourself a killer therapy. You can do it every day. Alrighty?
Cool, guys. Well, check it out. Read our blog. We'll post it here in the description, and we'll be back with a few more videos, guys. Thanks, Andrew.
You're welcome.